Oh, hello again. This is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Thanks for tuning in. Today we have the last few chapters of Mandrake the Magician, starring Warren Hull. Hope you're enjoying these. So here we go with the next few chapters. Thanks for tuning in.
Mandrake the Magician and his friend, Professor Houston, are perfecting a radium energy machine to aid humanity. A mysterious criminal known as the Wasp has imprisoned Houston and carried off the radium machine to use its tremendous power destructively in gaining control of the nation's public utilities.
Aeroplane. There ain't no regular route over this town.
Discovered that the henchmen of the Wasp were taking Houston to a distant foundry to adjust the radium machine. Flying his airplane to the rescue of Houston, Mandrake located the foundry, but was attacked by an enemy flyer sent to destroy him by the Wasp. During the air battle with the enemy plane, Mandrake's ship was hit. He lost control and crashed to certain death.
Where's Houston? Inside. Go on, get after him. Come on, hurry. Must be around here somewhere. All right? Come on. Come on, we'll make it. Anyone out there? Come on.
I can't go on, Mandrake.
Come on, buck up. We'll make it. We're almost there.
watch on his country home on Fairfax Road.
Yes, sir. Your orders will be carried out at once.
They better be, Dirk. You wouldn't want to make a second slip, because that would make it necessary for me to assign another lieutenant in your place. You understand?
Yes, sir. WSP calling CX-12.
CX-12 answering. Come in, WSP.
Drop off 2 men at Mandrake's country home on Fairfax Road. The rest of you come in.
Okay. Did you get that, Eddie? That's Mandrake's house just across the road. Find out what you can and keep out of sight. Let's go.
Mandrake, I don't know how to thank you.
Oh, don't try. There's a lot to be done yet. We still don't know who the Wasp is.
Or what new crime he's planning with the radium machine.
Oh, no, it's the gate phone. Hello? Oh, hello, Webster. Yes, drive right in. That opens the gates. That closes them.
Boy, that's keen.
Well, we have a lot of gimmicks around here, Tommy.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Tommy. Hello, well, Professor Houston. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
Webster, how did you trace us here? There's something funny about this.
Sorry to upset your theories, Andre. I sent for him. Professor, now you'll be able to build a new radium machine. I'll secure the platinite for the vital parts.
This time I'll be able to build an indestructible one.
Good. Platinite can be found in Trindle Canyon. I bought the mineral rights to the ground from the Suburban Telephone Company. By the way, here's where your knowledge of engineering will help us.
Well, I could start preliminary work if I had some equipment from my home.
Call your butler. I'll pick it up on the way back from town.
Thanks. You sure you got Mandrake's telephone wire?
Yes. Someone's on the wire now.
I understand, Professor. I'll have it all wrapped up for him when he arrives.
Mandrake's going over to Houston's place to get some stuff for a new machine.
Get a hold of Dirk.
Mandrake's going to stop there on his way back from town.
Okay, Mac. Go back with Williams. I'll send some men to Houston's place.
Mandrake, bring him over here. Open that door and keep your mouth shut.
Hello, Parsons. What's the matter? You look upset.
They've gotten away, Master.
Here, let me hand. Are you all right, Parsons?
Yes, I'm all right. They're the things the professor phoned about.
My goodness, the men didn't get them. I'll take them to Houston right away. Come on, Lothar.
I'm afraid I'm not technical enough to understand all this.
Well, it's very simple. Platinite fused with steel makes a supermetal, able to withstand any strain.
Hello, Mandrake. Professor, here's your equipment.
Aye, thank you.
Just a moment, gentlemen. Now that we're all here with the professor safe, I'd like to make a suggestion.
Of course. What is it?
Call in the police.
Have them use every means to track down the Wasp and his men.
I don't think that would be wise. I'd rather there was no publicity of any kind until my new machine is completed.
I agree with you. I think we should be guided by the professor's wishes for the moment. Webster, I think we better be on our way out to Trindle Canyon if we're going to get the platinite ore. Come on, we're getting our work clothes.
Right.
Goodbye. The platinite's on the lower level.
Okay.
Next on the Wasp's list is the Suburban Telephone Company.
Yeah, they got a big construction camp out near Trindale Canyon.
Right. Get out there right away. Find out what time the men quit work, then follow orders.
Hey, you two men. Go help Jones with that big cable drum.
Hello.
Howdy.
Mind if I look around?
No, but be careful of those live wires shooting around through there.
Quite a layout you have here.
Yes.
Have a cigar.
No smoking on the job.
Well, smoke it when you finish.
Thanks.
What time do you knock off?
Right on the 4 o'clock whistle.
Well, thanks a lot.
Right.
Ha-ha! Looks like a lucky strike, Webster.
That's platinite, all right. You realize that's worth an immense fortune?
I'll say. Let's go. We have enough to make an exhaustive test.
And here's the bank.
All right.
Baker talking. Oh, hello, Dirk. Everything's all set. They knock off in a couple of minutes. And there's only one watchman on the job.
Fair enough. Move in and work fast.
You 3 men circle around the watchman's shack.
Hey! No one allowed around here.
You two fellas take care of this.
What's the matter?
Some men are wrecking the telephone company's property.
Lothar, take care of him. Come on.
another one. Tie these fellows up.
Mandrake, pursuing the Wasp, is crushed under a falling mountain. The Wasp succeeds in cornering Mandrake in one of his own secret cabinets. Mandrake and Lothar are trapped in the path of a terrific dam explosion. Will they escape? Mandrake the magician and his friend, Professor Houston, have completed a radium energy machine to aid humanity. The Wasp, a mysterious unknown criminal leader, has seized the radium machine to use its concentrated power to destroy life and property.
There's another one. Tie these fellows up.
Professor Houston is building a substitute machine of steel and platinite, a rare element which will make the machine invulnerable to wear. Mandrake and Webster located platinite in a canyon where the Wasp men were destroying telephone company property. In attempting to stop the criminals, Mandrake grappled with an opponent high above a chasm in a cable car which capsized and hurtled below.
Look! Come on, let's get to the car.
Are you all right, Webster?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Come on, let's follow this man. They may lead us to the Wasp.
Mandrake's gaining on us. Get ready to jump on. Here he comes.
Lucky escape, Lothar. And swell driving, too, boy.
I'll head for the service station. We'll cut through there and lose him.
Looks like they gave us the slip. Lothar, let's get on home. We'll drop Webster at the club.
Yes, sir. I thought you'd have the machine assembled by this time.
LR calling station WSP.
Come in, LR.
We had to pull away from Trindell Canyon. Mandrake found out what we were up to.
The Wasp won't like this.
Keep a closer watch on Mandrake.
Put a dictaphone in his house.
That ain't going to be so easy.
Use your head. Take care of his telephone line.
Okay, Dirk. We'll get started right away.
This is the light Dirk told us about.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
The phone's out of order.
It's gate phone. Hello? Yeah? Sure, come on in.
Who are you letting in?
Man, fix the phone.
Telephone repair service, miss.
Oh, yes. We can't get a call in or out.
We've had a lot of trouble all through this district.
Come in.
We'll check the wiring in here.
Please don't disturb anything.
We'll be careful, miss. Hello, Betty.
Hello.
Tommy. Say, I saw a truck in the yard. What's the matter?
Telephone trouble. 2 men are fixing it now.
Well, where are they?
Checking the wiring in your study.
In my step. Someone's coming. Find the trouble?
Seems to be in this extension.
That's funny. My telephone happens to be a trick telephone from one of my acts.
Cut it out! Cut it out! Turn it off!
Now, this machine's just as good now as when Houston first built it. If it had platinite mixed with its steel, it'd last forever.
Once again, Dirk, the men have failed to carry out my plans.
I'm sorry, sir. It was because Mandrake showed up.
I know the excuses. That's all I've been getting lately. But what remains to be done must not be bungled. I must have platinite for a perfect radium machine. You understand?
Yes, sir. Harris, trail Mandrake to the canyon. But don't make a move until you see he has the platinite.
Do you think you can get enough platinite today so that we can have the frame and bearings cast?
I'm sure of it. Webster's going to meet me in Trindle Canyon. We'll be back before dinner.
All right, get going. Don't follow too close.
Well, there's Webster's car. He must be down in the canyon.
Hi, Webster. Hiya, fella.
Don't start anything until we're sure they got the platinite. You understand? Come on.
I got here early. There's the platinite ore I've already tested.
Good work.
Well, if you'll carry on here, I'll go back and get my magnetic test case.
Go ahead. We'll be here when you get back.
Okay.
Is the machine ready?
All right.
Make your test. Then place the machine in the vault where I'll get it later. Trust no one but Dorgan to place the marker on the dam. I'll do the rest.
Set the marker in the exact center of the dam, like this.
Right.
Get back there.
Now, keep your eye on the model of the dam.
And that's what will happen to the Trindle Dam.
All right. Got your marker ready?
Yep, and I'm leaving right now.
Mr. Webster's taking a long time.
Let's get this stuff up to the car.
Mandrake is attacked by a henchman of the Wasp in a racing automobile. The Wasp ruthlessly destroys the life and property of those who betray him. Mandrake is caught in a train wreck planned by the Wasp. Will he escape? Mandrake the magician and his friend, Professor Houston, have built a radium energy machine to aid humanity. The radium machine has been stolen by the Wasp, mysterious unknown criminal who is trying to gain control of the nation's industries, using the destructive power of the machine to serve his own lawless ends. Professor Houston is building a substitute machine. Mandrake and Lothar, his trusted manservant, went to Trindle Canyon to search for platinite, a substance necessary to make the machine safe against wear. They were followed by agents of the Wasp and attacked. The Wasp used the radium machine to destroy the dam, and Mandrake and Lothar were trapped in the path of a roaring torrent.
Follow me. We can get up to the car this way.
The platinite's here, Master.
Good. They couldn't reach this side of the canyon. Come on, Lothar. I want to check up on that gas station again. The one where those men did the disappearing act.
Yes, sir.
That's the gas station ahead. Drive up. Pull her up. Where does that lane lead to?
I don't know. Private property in there. Gate's locked.
You're not nervous about anything, are you?
No. I'm all right. $2.
There you are.
Oh, cut it out, mister. I know you. You're Mandrake the magician.
Oh, you've seen me before, eh?
No. Yeah. I seen you on the stage.
I'm not only a magician, but I'm a collector of rare insects as well.
Yeah?
Right now, I'm in search of a wasp. You might know something about it. I'd pay $5,000 for it. Here's my card. If you're interested, give me a ring. The best lead that we've had so far is that gas station out on Marlin Road. I'm sure that it's some sort of a link in the Wasp's organization. The attendant there was quite hesitant about talking to me, but I made him a proposition that may loosen his tongue. Betty, I'll have to run into town. Hello. Yes? Yes, this is Mandrake speaking.
This is Gray. You know, the fella at the gas station.
Gray's talking from station number 7. He's talking to Mandrake.
Yes, go ahead. I'm listening.
Is the price still the same? Yeah. Well, I can tell you where you can get a line on the Wasp if you come out here.
Okay, I'll be right there.
You better work fast. Gray's gonna talk. He doesn't know who the Wasp is any better than you fellas do, but he knows enough to bust things wide open. Hop to it.
Hey, that's the man I was talking to you about. You want to go with me?
Certainly. But it may be a trap.
Oh, darling, we have to take that risk. We'll take Lothar with us. You know the gas station. Don't waste any time getting there. We'll be there in a minute. What was that? Looks like work for you, Doc.
There's nothing much I can do for that fellow.
Get to a phone and notify the police.
Yes, sir. What do you suppose it was? An accident? The gas tanks?
No, I'm afraid not. This is definitely the work of the Wasp, and the Wasp doesn't have accidents.
What are your orders, sir? The men are downstairs ready to act.
Mandrake will remove the platinite and formula from his house tonight. Headed for the smelting plant of the Crestline mines. He plans to go by auto as far as Giles Crossing, then take the train from there. This must be prevented.
Mandrake will go in his car to the railroad station at Giles Crossing. Get out on that highway.
Yeah. Okay, Dirk. We're on our way.
Come on, boys. Come on, hurry up.
Gotta come this way. When I give the word, get out on the road ahead of them and follow orders.
The Wasp knew about that gas station lieutenant talking to me. He probably knows I'm taking this trip. We may run into trouble before we reach the train.
Well, I'm carrying a gun for the first time since I left the Orient.
Here they come.
Here comes trouble. Get ready.
Faster, Lothar.
We'll have to run for it.
Step out.
Dixon that time, I guess.
Pleasant trip.
Thanks. Take care of yourself. Keep your eyes open for trouble.
So you just let Mandrake go right on?
No, we tried,
You tried. I oughta. Didn't you go after him?
Yeah, but he beat us to the station.
But he left at Giles Crossing, didn't he?
Yeah, he got there just as the train come in.
Okay, I'll notify the Wasp immediately. Stand by for further orders. Mandrake got past our men and made the train. Shall I enforce the usual discipline, sir?
No, not right now. I have other work for them. As soon as the train gets into the Hill District,
Mandrake is trapped in the headquarters of the Wasp and is forced to fight for his life. The Wasp succeeds in capturing Mandrake and holds him prisoner. Mandrake, attempting to rescue Betty Houston, is caught in a terrific explosion. Will they escape? Mandrake the magician and his friend, Professor Houston, a scientist, have perfected a radium energy machine of great benefit to humanity. The Wasp, a mysterious criminal whose identity is unknown, has stolen the radium machine to use for terrorization in gaining control of the nation. Mandrake and Lothar were on a train en route to secure platinite for a new radium machine. The Wasp, directing the forces of his radium machine against the train, caused a terrific wreck and certain death to Mandrake.
When I came back, Mandrake was just being put into the ambulance. It drove off before I could get to it.
Did you notice the name of any hospital on it?
No, it drove away too fast.
I'm afraid something serious has happened to Mandrake.
Oh, don't let your imagination run away with your professor.
Will you have a drink of water, Lothar?
I'll get it for him, Dad.
You know, Mandrake might be in some danger.
Well, it's quite possible. Still, it isn't as though he were taken away in an ordinary car.
I didn't want to upset Dad any further, but I am worried about Mandrake. Don't you think we ought to check up on the hospitals?
That's just what we were talking about. It shouldn't be hard to locate a patient of Mandrake's importance. I'll go at once.
I can cover some of the hospitals.
I'll go with you.
Fine. I have to stop over at my office for a moment. But I'll be back and pick you up.
I'll be ready and waiting.
Mandrake.
Boy, this'll make the Wasp happy. Platinite. And the formula for fusing it with steel.
Hey, what about Mandrake?
The Wasp will attend to him.
Look, he's still out.
Slip those leg irons on him.
Will ain't the rope enough to hold him?
No.
All right.
Boys just came in with that Webster fellow. Where'll I put him?
Room number 7.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Any luck?
None. Not a trace of Mandrake.
Well, that completes my list.
Well, we have 2 more. The Riverton Sanitarium and the Green Valley Rest Home. We're on our way to Riverton now.
Well, suppose I take the Green Valley place and meet you out there.
Oh, fine.
Splendid. Bye.
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 What happened? Where am I?
You'll find out soon enough.
Something you wanted? Why, yes. I'm looking for a patient named Mandrake.
Oh, friend of his, eh?
Yes.
Now, just say, shut up. Make yourself at home.
There's Andre's car.
He'll probably be out in a minute. I think I'll take a look around the grounds for a minute.
Excuse me?
Let him go. He won't get very far.
Hey, it's getting cold in here. Can I have a blanket?
I guess so. Take her inside.
Slip this mask over Mandrake's head so he doesn't see too much. Get him to the conference room. He's gonna meet the Wasp.
The Wasp?
Yes. The door will be locked. Send him in through the hall panel.
Mandrake, you know now that it is useless to defy me. All your cleverness has brought you to this. You are beyond help. Remove the hood. What does this mean?
Mandrake got loose. He took me by surprise.
Then Mandrake is loose in this building.
He can't get away. He hasn't a chance.
Mandrake is loose. Search the place and get him. A photoelectric table will show Mandrake's every move in the building. Drive Mandrake toward the east wing.
All right?
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
The Wasp attempts to destroy Dr. Andre by an explosion. Mandrake is caught in a trap and forced to fight for his life. The Wasp gathers all his enemies in one room and demolishes the building. Will they escape? Mandrake the magician and his friend, Professor Houston, have built a radium energy machine to aid and benefit humanity. The Wasp, a mysterious, unknown criminal, seized the machine to divert its tremendous power to destructive purposes against the nation. Mandrake, captured by henchmen of the Wasp, was taken to a sanitarium used as their headquarters. Houston's daughter Betty was also imprisoned there. Mandrake and Betty tried to escape from the criminal hideout. The Wasp succeeded in trapping them in the east wing of the building and destroyed it in a terrific explosion.
I guess we've seen the last of Mandrake.
This building has served its purpose. We must abandon it. Take the flat knife and radium machine and get the men away at once.
Get to the garage!
There's Mr. Raymond.
Raymond? Mandrake, Betty, you're safe.
Yes.
I went into a cottage over there and somebody jumped me and knocked me out.
Mandrake.
Oh, here's Webster.
I was afraid you were done for when I heard that explosion. How'd you happen to find this place?
Well, they came here looking for me. But tell me, how did you get here?
I was waylaid and captured after I left you at the railway station.
Oh, they brought you here?
It
was while I was a prisoner in one of those rooms that I learned you were in the hands of the Wasp, too. I managed to get free. I tried to get help to rescue you when I heard the explosion, and I came right back. Hey, isn't that Andre's car there?
Yes. Say, he must be here someplace, too.
I think we better look for him. He may have been hurt. Webster, you circle around the end of the building. We'll look in here. But he better stay out.
Here he is.
Well, I thought it was a funny-looking sanitarium, but I didn't realize how much I'd been fooled until some man shoved me in a little room and locked the door.
Seems that we all had a rather narrow escape. Betty, what's the matter? Are you ill?
No, I'm all right. All this excitement.
Raymond, will you and Andre take her to the car and wait?
Right.
Webster, come with me. I want to do a little checking. I saw a gang of men go through that vault. It must be a secret passage.
This is how they came and went. Well, this road leads off the main highway. No one would ever connect it with the rest home.
How'd they get over there?
I don't know. Get in and let's drive over.
Andre, we've stumbled onto something.
Really?
Yes, this is a secret entrance to the rest home. They can cut off the highway back there and come in through here. Well, so much for that. You two go on ahead. We'll pick up the other car.
Any news of Mandrake?
He's all right. He'll be here in a minute. Why, Dad, where have you been? You're simply covered with dust. And look at this tear on your sleeve.
Why, out tramping around. I caught my coat on a bush. What happened to Mandrake? Where was he?
At a place called the Green Valley Rest Home.
Mandrake's driving up now.
It's good to see you again, Mandrake.
Thanks.
Betty tells me you had a close brush with the Wasp.
Yes. There's one thing that I think we're all agreed on, and that is that the Wasp, whoever he is, has a scientific mind and great technical knowledge.
I always thought of him as a skilled engineer.
Look here, if that's another thrust at me, you can
Oh,
stop.
steady, gentlemen. We want clues, not arguments.
I have a clue.
What?
In the garage at the rest home, evidently used by men working for the Wasp, I found this. A bill from a car rental agency.
Well, that is strange.
I have a little plan in mind. I'd like to have all of you here at 8 o'clock tonight. In the meantime, I'm going to check on the car rental agency. I'll see you all at 8.
Right.
Yes,
8 o'clock.
yes, indeed.
The little fellow on the other side looks like our man. He's the one, all right. He's the chief lieutenant of the Wasp. Follow his car.
Hello, Dirk.
Hiya, Dirk.
Come on, gather around.
Hiya, fella. Sit down. Have a little drink. It's Mandrake. Keep him busy while I get in touch with the Wasp.
Hey, taxi!
Where's your passenger?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we've lost him, Lothar. We might as well go on home.
I told you never to come here except in case of an emergency.
But this is an emergency. Mandrake was trailing me.
Because of your stupidity and leaving rent car bills around. Did Mandrake see you come in here?
No, I left him trailing an empty taxi.
Dirk, mistakes are fatal.
But it will never happen again, sir.
Is Dorgan still working on the platinite steel frame?
Yes, sir.
Bring the machine to me as soon as it's ready.
So this is the new invention.
Yes, it's related to my radium machine. You know, I've been worried about the Wasp having the other one.
So have I. You know, he can still destroy it.
Not when I perfect this. It's a nullifying device, attuned to my radium machine, able to locate its ray wherever it is.
Do you mean to say that you can actually locate the ray of the machine the Wasp has with this nullifier, just the way you tune into a radio station?
Exactly. Not only locate its ray, but make it negative, powerless to harm or destroy anything.
Well, that's great. I'm counting on you to demonstrate it tonight, you know.
Oh, that's too soon. It's only a working model.
Well, for the purposes of my plans, couldn't we pretend that this is the actual nullifier?
Well, yes.
Good. We'll all gather here tonight at 8. Among us, we may have the Wasp.
You suspect that one of our circle is the Wasp?
I'm beginning to.
Dorgan says it's absolutely perfect now.
Perfect. And now my plans will be perfect. Now there is no limit to my power. Nothing, no one can stand in my way.
What about Professor Houston's new machine? He must have it almost ready by now.
After tonight, we won't worry about him, nor Mandrake, nor any of them. Not after 8 o'clock tonight. And I shall be there among them.
But how can the machine work from here without you? And how can you escape while the others...
Because I am the Wasp. help to me, Dirk. That is, up to now.
What do you mean?
You know more about the Wasp than any living man, and that is fatal.
You know I've been loyal to you in every way, sir.
That's true. I'll show you something I've been keeping from you.
You have some special reason for inviting us here tonight, Mandrake?
Yes, Professor Houston is going to demonstrate his latest invention.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, it's a new and wonderful device. It will render the machine the Wasp has absolutely useless. I'll go and see if the professor is ready.
Nervous, Webster?
No, not at all.
I guess we're all a bit on edge.
Have you moved everything to the servants' quarters as I suggested?
Yes.
Good. I'll help you here. This is the professor's new machine. It will find the ray of the machine the Wasp has and render its power absolutely negative. Now, that means that the Wasp will be able to do no more harm to anyone with the radium energy machine.
That's amazing.
How are you going to know just when the Wasp turns his machine on?
This nullifier stays fixed to the wavelength of his machine.
Now, when I attach this, everything will be ready. Where did it go?
Dad, the lights have gone out upstairs.
Get out, everybody! The Wasp has his machine trained on the house!
Mandrake, following a lead to the Wasp, is caught in a death trap in a room filled with deadly gas. Racing for his life, Mandrake in his car is hurtled to certain death. Mandrake and the Wasp engage in a terrific fight. Who is the victor? Who is the Wasp? Mandrake the magician and his friend, Professor Houston, have perfected a radium energy machine to benefit mankind. The Wasp, a mysterious, unknown criminal, has stolen the machine to use for destruction and terrorization in gaining control of the country's communication systems.
How are you going to know just when the Wasp turns his machine on?
This nullifier stays fixed to the wavelength of his machine.
Now, when I attach this, everything will be ready. Where did it go?
Dad, the lights are going out upstairs.
Get out, everybody! The Wasp has his machine trained on the house!
Realizing that Mandrake, through his process of elimination, was getting close to his trail, the Wasp planned to destroy Mandrake's home when all of the suspects were there. Suddenly, the lights went out, and the entire building crashed in collapse.
Betty! Betty, where are you? Where are you, Betty? All right. Tommy!
Raymond, are you all right? Sure. Where's Professor Houston?
Eddie! Tommy!
Dad! Dad, are you all right?
Yeah, sure.
Is you okay, Dad?
We're all here but Andre. Has anyone seen him?
He was near the hall door when the crash came.
Well, let's go look for him.
Right.
Lothar, take Miss Betty and Professor Houston into the servants' quarters and make them comfortable. Here he is, boys. Lend me a hand.
He's unconscious.
Be careful moving these beams.
Drink this.
Oh, thank you.
They found him. He's alive.
Take him to the Fairfax Hospital. I'll follow later.
Well, if there isn't anything more I can do, I think I'll go home and take a rest.
Go ahead.
Now, if you need me,
Thanks.
see you later.
Mandrake, what do you think about the possibility of the Wasp being one of our group?
I'm beginning to think you're right. He could be.
But how could he have turned the machine against the house if he was here with us?
When I find the answer to that, I'll know who the Wasp is. You take Betty and Tommy and all your equipment and return to your house. I have some work to do. Lothar will be with me. Lothar, we're going to search every foot of the ruins. I'm looking for the trail of the Wasp.
Did you know that Webster took Andre with him?
Yes, I sent him. Come on.
Where am I?
On your way to the hospital.
Hospital? What happened? Yes. Was anyone else hurt?
No, they're all safe. You were the only one injured. How do you feel now?
I'm all right. Just take me home.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm all right. Sit down. I'll fix a little tonic.
Thanks. Doctor, I suppose I should apologize to you for my suspicions.
You never really thought I was the Wasp, did you?
No, for a time I thought you might be working with him.
Here, drink this. It's good for the nerves.
Thanks.
And what made your suspicions vanish?
Mandrake's house would never have been wrecked if the Wasp had been there. You were almost killed.
Maybe the Wasp was clever enough to plan the destruction of everybody in the house while he was there, too.
Oh, no, that's impossible. I'm not even sure he's clever. It's my belief that he's mad.
Mad? Why, he's outwitted Mandrake and all the rest of them. Is that being mad?
Yes. Well, he may be a genius, but there's no doubt that his brain's warped.
You're wrong. Absolutely wrong.
Well, of course, I'm only theorizing about it. My, it's warm in here, isn't it?
Yes. Isn't it? Isn't it?
Lothar, look. Ever see anything like that before?
It's made of the same kind of material Professor Houston wore and operated his radium machine.
Yes, it's insulation against the machine's rays.
But why is it here, Master?
Well, don't you see? The Wasp was in the house. He put this on in the dark, got out safely, and then appeared as one of us again.
You know who he was, Master?
I think I do, but we're going to make sure. We have a lot to do tomorrow morning. Drive me to Preston Street. That's where we lost the trail of the Wasp's lieutenant. Ah, this is the spot where the chief lieutenant of the Wasp disappeared from the taxi. That store. Turn in there. This is the only vacant store on the block. All right, stand back. Back. Wiring around the frame. Here's a signal button. There must be a passage through here to Whitney Street.
That's where Mr. Raymond's store is.
Yes, and Andre's office and Webster's apartment. You drive around there and watch each of those buildings. Keep your motor running.
But, Master...
Hurry!
You have found the Wasp's nest, Mandrake, but it's the end of the trail for you.
thought so.
Mandrake, this is still the end of the trail for you. What you know about the Wasp will never be known by any other living person.
Don't move. I'm curious to know why you thought I was the Wasp.
Simple matter of elimination. I checked through the Medical Association directory and found that you had been barred as a doctor.
That's true. I was barred from the practice of medicine. It was then that I resolved to have more power than any other doctor, than any living man. And now I've got it. But go on.
Last night, when Houston was demonstrating the nullifier to combat the radium machine, it was you who kicked the nullifier wheel out of sight.
What makes you so sure?
You wore evening clothes and patent leather shoes. I saw one of those shoes kick the wheel.
You're observant. Too much so.
Also, you were the only one who carried an overcoat. Under that coat, you had a robe of insulated material. You slipped that on in the darkness, got out safely, and then lay down under some beams and pretended to be unconscious.
Perfect. Except for one point. I took something to make myself unconscious for a while.
You've been very clever, Andre, but your ambition for power has warped your brain.
That's your point of view. But you'll never live to tell it to any other living person.
Mandrake.
I know. Follow that car. Where's the driver of this car?
Master, look!
That's the man. Come on, after him.
understand, Professor, that you've perfected a nullifier that will act against your radium machine?
That's true. I've made it impossible for the machine ever to be a danger in the wrong hands.
That's splendid.
Gee, that's a swell medal, Dad.
I hope none of us will ever forget the part Mandrake played in giving this machine to humanity.
Oh, by the way, where is Mandrake?
Oh, he's too busy to talk to anyone, except Betty. Come on, I'll show you.
I think we're being watched.
I think you're right. We'll fix that.
Well, how's it going, Lester?
Everything's loaded, Doc. Ready to take off.
Fine. Would you mind helping me check the control panel?
Oh, sure.
Fuel. Fuel.
Okay.
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Okay.
Interplanetary communicator.
Oxygen. Okay.
Excuse me. Well, here comes the crew. I want to bring them aboard for a final check.
Say, Dr. Wilson, is there anything else I can do?
I'm afraid not, Orville. This kind of work requires a high IQ.
A what?
High IQ.
High IQ, too. Let me help you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, this Dr. Wilson, he's not going up in that already. Oh! Got it. Hey, Les. What? The doctor, he forgot to check this one. Get that hand off there.
Dr. Wilson, look!
Don't touch these switches. Hey, the doctor didn't check these. What did you do? What did you touch? What's this one for?
There's no doubt about it, Dr. Wilson. At this point, I can assure you your spaceship is about to land on Venus.
Step on it and don't spare the atoms. We must warn the Queen. Our planet Venus has been invaded. Allura? Yes? Captain Olivia, Flying Saucer Patrol XR2 reporting. A rocket ship model RM has been sighted landing on our planet. All patrols have been alerted.
It must have come from the Earth. We discarded that model 20 years ago. See that its occupants are captured and brought to me.
Yes, Allura.
Double the palace guard if our invaders should happen to be men.
What does the man look like? It's been so long, I've forgotten. They've captured one of the invaders right here in the palace. What is it? I could be wrong, but I think it's a man. Refuel the ship and get them off this planet. The spaceship is refueled and ready to go. Please take me with you.
Oh, I can't. Lester would be mad at me.
Well, then, kiss me goodbye.
Hey, I just kissed a girl and she turned into an old woman.
Oh, that's ridiculous. How could that happen?
Acres and acres of them, and all going to waste.
All right, stand by.
What's happening now?
Oh, they've taken off from Venus and are headed for Earth. Janie, order plane reservations. They're over New York now.
Captain, send him my regards.
Ah, love has hit me again.
Albert, answer the phone. What are you trying to do? Crack the cement? Why don't you use your head?
I did, but it hurts that way. I'm going to have to go back to the old way.
Answer the phone. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hurry up.
Okay. Hello, hello. I can't hear a thing you're saying, brother. Hello, hello.
Put that down. There's the phone.
Hello. Ajax Plumbing Company. We stand behind every bathtub we sell. Indeed we do. What?
Matt.
There's a butler on the phone. This is going to be a high-class job. Oh, yes. That's right, Ajax Plumbing. We'll be right over. Thank you.
You must be quiet. Mr. Van Cleve is a very nervous man and is trying to sleep.
What was that?
It's me, sweetheart.
Well, stop fooling around and come to bed. Hey, Eddie, what are you doing in the bathtub? This ain't Saturday night.
I know it, Albert. Look out. I don't want to hurt your foot.
You don't want to hurt my foot?
Yes. You're my friend.
Well, thank you.
Help me out of here, Albert.
Okay, kid.
Take it easy now, Albert. Hey, be quiet. Don't strain yourself, Albert.
I'm sleeping in the next
Yeah, I
room.
know.
Okay, kid.
Yes, well. There, now come here. Don't tell me to shush. Now, get over here. Stand still when I talk to you. There's a drip over there. Do you see it? Do you see it? There, that's the thing that's got to be fixed. See it?
What do you want me to do? Fix it or drink it?
Get out and fix it up.
All right.
Now, shut up. Man's sleeping. Fix that drip.
Okay.
Now, give me the okay.
Same old lady. Rough and tough, Eddie.
Come on! Fix that drip. What are you stalling about? Get with it! All set? I'll take your tools up. Keep quiet. There's a man asleep in there. All fixed? Look, there's another drip. Now we've got to fix that.
You take it easy, Eddie.
All right.
Don't work too hard.
Well, go ahead over and fix it.
Hey, Eddie.
Now,
There's some water coming in here now. It's coming in from this other thing in the bottom. It's...
afraid of wetting your feet, eh? Use your plunger and clean it out.
Okay.
I have to tell you everything?
No, that's all right.
What are you doing? What are you doing? The plunger, I said. That's not the plunger.
Give me another chance.
Well, go ahead. That's it.
I knew it had a handle to it.
Go ahead.
It's stuck. Stuck.
What are you taking your shoe off for?
I don't want to get my shoes wet.
Oh.
What's the matter? Hold on, Eddie.
You're always... Get it off!
Look, Eddie, leave it that way, and I'll take you through the house. I'll tell them I got you at an auction.
Do something.
Hold it.
Do something.
Wait a minute.
Do something.
Anyway.
Get up there.
Give me that hat.
Get up there and fix it. Get in there.
What do you get mad at?
Get up there. Fix that leak.
You look like a rhinoceros.
Over here. Over here. There's the leak. Get up there. Now look. I'll turn the water off with this valve down here.
Yeah.
Hey, now when you get it fixed, whistle, you understand?
As soon as I get it fixed, I'll whistle.
Whistle.
And then you turn it on.
And then I'll turn it on.
Okay.
Look, please, will you stand still a minute? What'd you tell me to do? I told you if you whistle, I'd turn it on. You whistled, didn't you?
There's something else on my mind.
What'd you have on your mind?
This washed it off.
Look, it's still leaking. Here, take this here. Take this! Now stand there.
Blow.
Quiet! Blow! Quiet! Quiet. Man, sleep. Look, the trouble lies in this wall. In here.
Yeah.
Try and locate it, will you please?
I'll locate it, Eddie.
Okay. world will learn to it.
Oh, back already? This is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Thanks for tuning in. Join us next week for another new old movie serial. And wear a mask when you go out. Wash your hands when you come in. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again, folks. Good night.